Hello everybody, my name is Dymantro and welcome back to yet another episode here on the Let's Play Survival series. I hope you guys are doing fantastic because I am as well, and I'm ready to record this episode. It's going to be a pretty good one. Now, in the last episode, we left off at this balloon. That's right, we made this amazing hot air balloon floating in the sky. And for those of you that don't know, this is actually our AFK spot. And you know what? I absolutely love this build. I think it turned out amazing, and I cannot wait to decorate the inside, which is what we're going to be doing in today's episode. But before we get to that, I wanted to tell you that if you haven't yet seen last 2 weeks' video, which was actually a time-lapse compilation of all the builds we did here on the Let's Play Survival series so far, then make sure to check out that video. I had a lot of fun editing it, and if you like time-lapses as well as some epic music, then that video is just the right one for you. So anyway, I will try to leave links in the video description, but if I forget, you can always find it on my YouTube channel. Now, currently the only way of getting in and out of this balloon is to use this slime block launcher, which we made in the last episode. And it's a pretty simple contraption. It involves a sticking piston that brings us up to this first level, and then a second one that brings us up to the top and on the inside of this balloon, which is what we need to tackle today. We need to decorate this place, but before that, I have a pretty cool little contraption to fit inside of this balloon. That's right, because when one of my good friends actually saw this video, he told me that he first thought that this little contraption was an elytra launcher, which of course it isn't, but this gave me a pretty cool little idea. So let's get our redstone hat on and let's start building a nifty little contraption. I present to you the LAUNCHIFICATOR 5000, a state-of-the-art launcher system to get us easily out of this balloon. So let's take the first initial test and make sure this works. It's a pretty simple contraption, but I love it. So here we go. Boop. We just simply get launched on the other side of the balloon, but there's a problem, is that there is no hole inside of the balloon. So let's solve that. Let's get a little piece of wool out. This should be enough. Let's give it another try with the wool now gone. And boop, out we go, and we can simply fly around of the balloon. And this is amazing. But you see, looking at this, even though it's nighttime, it's missing that flare. Like, seeing this is not very appealing. So let's give it another look and let's make it a little bit more appealing and really show that this is an emergency exit. That is much better. We can now clearly identify this as an emergency exit, but we still have one problem. It is that phantoms can still get in here and kill the player that is AFK, which is definitely not what we want. So we need to build a little bit more redstone and create an automatic door that opens and closes. So this should do the trick. We will have a simple dual piston extender at the top, and then at the bottom we will have a dual 2x2 flush piston door, which I have adapted a little bit so it works in this particular application. Let's now spread some redstone magic, spread the fairy dust around, and make it all work. So this should do the trick, and if we now power this entire system, everything closes up perfectly, and you can see it looks pretty good, especially from the outside, which we cannot currently see. But I like this door. It's a simple door. It could be compacted maybe a little bit, but hey, I made this redstone myself and I like it, so that is what matters. But we now need a system to link this contraption to this one because we want the door to open before we actually step on this slime block launcher, and then we want it to close afterwards. So let's find a way to link these two together. Now I have been scratching my head and tried literally every combination on how to link these two machines together while keeping the redstone as compact and hidden as possible, and I could not link them perfectly together, but I found a solution which I think is going to work just right. So what we're going to be doing is putting down a sticky piston facing downwards with a redstone block right there, add some dust in front, and then going back up top on top of the sticky piston, let's put a small button right here on top of this red concrete. And this should work. If we press this button, the door opens and then closes again. And if we simply link these two together, which means it's not fully automatic, but we can simply do boop, step out, and we got stuck in the slime blocks. So let's try that again. Press this button and walk backwards. We get ejected out of the balloon, and look at that. That system is amazing and I love it. It works like a charm, and as you can see, the door has closed and now phantoms, cannot get inside of the balloon, which is amazing. And we still have this way right here of going up simply by using these slime blocks, which if I can do it, perfect. And then we have one exit. I will actually not be using those anymore, so we can get those slime blocks back. And let's do that again. Stand on here, get up here, and then do it again and get up to this floor. Perfect. So that is the redstone complete. Now I want to start working on the actual interior decoration because currently it's looking like a right old jumble mess, but there is no cohesion between everything. So I'm going to start working on the decoration of this room, and I really want to give it the feel of an inventor's hideout. You know, this is like where an inventor comes and has a bright old jumbled mess, but a ton of little contraptions, and I really want to make it feel like it's not inside of a hot air balloon, which is pretty funny because we are actually inside of one. Anyway, let me start working on the interior decoration, and then I'll bring you guys back in to show you the progress. Alright, so I've been working on this downstairs area, so let's add some final touches together here. So I wanted to add a lot of leaves. These are going to be prominent throughout the build because I think they do add a lot of detail. I also want to add a small flower pot with a cactus inside of it right here, and why not add another flower over here. And then finally, let's add this trapdoor on top of this blast furnace to give it the look of a stove. And I also made this pretty cool banner, which we can simply hang right here. And there we go. This is the downstairs area, pretty much complete. I might add a couple extra touches, but you can see this is the look I'm going for. And there's still some exposed redstone right here, but that's fine. I think it really adds to the aesthetic of this build, and it's the look I'm going for. Now, I made this little stair right here going up. It's a small crookedy stair, but it goes up to the second level, which is going to be where the magic happens. I really want to bring out and build out the frame, especially with these polished black stone blocks, and make it, transform it really into a whole other space, which doesn't look like a hot air balloon, like I mentioned. So there we go, the structure for this main part is in place. And as you can see, I went with something pretty classy using the spruce and the new black stone blocks, and I really love it. I keep saying that, but I really genuinely do love this project, and trust me, it's going to get much better from here. This is still at a very, very raw stage, you could say. I also added this weeping vine, there we go, that's the name, the weeping vine, which brings us up to this top floor, which I am also going to fill with goodies. Anyway, next time you guys see progress on this, it will probably be complete. And I'm going to be adding a lot of little details, like for example, the dragon head, which I got from a recent end trip, which we can simply plop down right here. And these small details, but in great number, are going to add a lot to this room. So next time you see this, the room will be complete and I will give you a full tour showing you all of the little details to hopefully give you inspiration and also feast your eyes. Anyway, see you guys in a little bit. The room is done, everybody, so let's check it out together. Now, we already saw this bottom part. I showed you the different inspiration I had for it at the beginning of the previous clips. However, you guys haven't seen this room, which, check it out. I think it turned out amazing and I absolutely love it. I added these armor stands over here, which are still missing some netherite gear right here, so I will be adding that. I also need to add some redstone lamps up top. I forgot to add those. But then we have this main, I would say, structure right here, which has a hole, which is where the player goes through to exit the balloon. And then I added a lot of these leaves to really spruce it up a little bit and make it look a lot better. And the combination jungle leaves and shroom lights is literally perfect. And then as you saw, I added this weeping vine, bringing us up to the top right here, where I added this amazing chandelier. This is a design I found on the internet, but I think it looked really cool, and we had another opportunity of adding the banners like so. And then I added some little stations up top right here, like this little anvil station, and then you could call it a little book station right here, where I actually added the book from episode 4, where we had to build all the different borrowing cells and sorting systems for that actual episode. So I think this is a little good place to store that book. And then over here I added another little blacksmithing area. Nothing much, but just to add a little bit of variation up here. Anyway, overall I really like the way this balloon turned out, and the exit solution is absolutely perfect. You can see the emergency button writing right here, and all we have to do is bloop. Hey, there we go. That was not the smoothest exit, but it worked. Alright, I will be fixing that probably on a live stream or some other time when I have some time available. Anyway, I now want to turn our attention to a brand new project which we will be starting in the coming episodes, but I want to introduce it to you today. So let me get some signs and we are going to talk about this very special project. Now, the project we are going to be starting in the next episodes is Operation Power Up. Now, what is Operation Power Up? Well, Operation Power Up is very simple. It's a project which involves bringing in beacons and conduits throughout this area. That's right, I have designed a small yet really interesting build which will go all around this area to bring us some buffs. We can have haste as well as the conduit effect throughout this area, and that will really help us when we need to tackle that ocean monument over there. So that is what Operation Power Up is. Anyway, if we take a look at our valuables, because I have actually started working on Operation Power Up, as you can see, we have over a stack of Nautilus shells, and combined with the Heart of the Sea, this is going to give us conduits. Now, you might be asking yourselves, how did I get so many Nautilus shells? So let's fly over this way, where I will show you a stream project which we did at the beginning of the week. And the stream project I am talking about is, of course, a Nautilus shell farm which we have built right here, floating in the sky, right near our lighthouse, which is over there. Anyway, let me take you through in a fun way about how this farm works. So imagine I'm a drowned, like this guy, spawning in here. So let me get out my drowned mask and let me get rid of this guy. So I am Dymantro the Drowned, and I am floating down, and then I'm going to fall on this platform like the guy behind us is going to show us. And just like this guy did, I am a drowned and I need water. So whenever there is no water around me, I will simply search for the nearest water source, like this one, and simply bloop, fall through the hole and then fall to my death right down here. And this is how this farm works. And of course, I didn't die because I have feather falling, but the drowned would have died. And so this is how this little farm works. And it's really quite simple. It's not the most efficient. I did not get any tridents yet, and I am not using the looting effect. But the thing is that with Nautilus shells, you don't actually need the looting effect, because once a drowned is holding the shell, there's a 100% chance that he will drop the shell. Anyway, let's now continue with the Operation Power Up and talk about other projects that we did during live streams. So I've made my way to the end, and I am now flying in this direction to check out another farm which we built, and it's just coming into render distance. And I don't know if you guys can guess what farm this is, but this is actually a wither rose farm, which we are going to be using to be able to get a lot of wither roses. Now, why do we need wither roses? Well, we will see in a second, but let me just turn down the game sounds because this guy is really loud. Anyway, as you can see, we have a wither right here, which is trying to shoot at this chicken, which of course he cannot. And then finally, what we have is simply some endermen falling through this tube. They get killed by the wither. And this guy is now angry at me, so let's fly away. They simply fall through the tube, and then all their loot gets collected into these chests right here. And this is how this very simple farm works. But let's now go into yet another dimension, the Nether, to check out another project we've been doing on stream. So here we are in the Nether, and this is the continuation of all the projects leading up to Operation Power Up. And as you can see, we've been doing a lot of spawn proofing again on live streams. We just keep doing these projects. So like I say in every episode, if you guys want to be part of the streams, then make sure you check out my Twitch channel. You can simply search for twitch.tv/Dymantro so you can be part of all of these fun projects. Anyway, what are we doing over here? The crossroad that I have marked out right here is going to be hosting a wither skeleton farm. And that's right. And for this wither skeleton farm, we are going to need many wither roses, which is why we have built the farm I showed you previously. But now the task at hand is actually to spawn proof this entire area. And this ghast is being really rude. So let's get our bow and let's take care of him. There we go. Much better. Anyway, like I was saying, we now need to spawn proof this entire area, and I have started marking out a perimeter, which you can see over there with the slabs. And this project is going to be a long one, especially the spawn proofing. But hey, I am ready for you to tackle this project, and it's going to be amazing. But anyway, that is what we've done so far on Operation Power Up. So let's get back to the overworld and conclude this episode. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed my quick presentation of Operation Power Up, which we will be starting in the next episode. But unfortunately, this is all the time I'm going to have for today's episode. Lately, I've been really focusing on the live streams, and therefore the episodes might seem a little bit shorter, even though creating the interior of the hot air balloon took a really long time, but I had a lot of fun, which is what matters. But this is all the time I will have for today, so I will see you guys in the next episode, and until then, peace out. I'm out, and have a good one, everybody.